Hey guys, before I start, I posted this on my Tumblr and my Twitter, but if you guys haven't noticed, I'm getting close to 100 subscribers. I am so happy, and thank you all so much for the support and everything. And I didn't think that I would get like 5. I seriously doubted that. But anyway, as you may have seen on one of those social media things, I am going to have a Q&A because I'm unimaginative and couldn't think of anything else to do for 100 subs. So if you have any questions for me, you can leave them in the comments below on here or send me a message on my Twitter or my Tumblr or something, and I will answer them all in a video eventually. Yeah. So, most of you guys probably know what a fandom is, but just in case you didn't, I am going to inform you. A fandom is where somebody finds a thing that they like. It could be anything, it could be dogs, it could be a TV show, it could be, yeah. But they find something and they get sort of absorbed into the thing, and maybe several millennia later, they finally say, hey, I wonder if other people like this thing as much as I do. So they go in search of the thing, and they find all of these other people who are just as crazy as they are. And that, my friends, is a fandom. So in some ways, fandoms are good, and in some ways they're bad. So the question is, are fandoms evil or amazing? Good things about fandoms: you get to see more people who like the thing. You get to see more things related to the thing. You get to see what other people create about the thing. You can share what you create about the thing. Bad things: fandoms can turn into this swirling, horrendous whirlpool of insanity that you slowly get sucked into until you are no longer with us. I'm sorry, my friends, goodbye. Don't get me wrong, I love fandoms. I'm in like a billion of them. But still, it's just like, you see people freak out about something and you are just forced to freak out too, because holy hell, Sherlock is not coming out until like 2016. Basically, with fandoms, you might start out just sort of looking at it and not really paying much attention to either whatever the thing is or the other people in the fandom. But then eventually you might spend more time looking at it, and you might start going to conventions, and you might just get completely lost and absorbed in this giant wave of feelings that is the fandom's collective sobbing, or screaming, or fangirl man fan manning, or blah, blah, blah. And at some point, you may not even notice this sort of transition. At some point, the fandom will start to bleed into your real life, and you will just start to make references to it all the time. You will start making jokes about something that the fandom knows, some inside joke that the fandom has, and you will might like be sitting at lunch with a ton of your friends, and suddenly it will slip out of your mouth. So, I think it's time for us to go to class now. Alonzi! And then everybody will stare at you like you're a lunatic. And then on top of that, there is merchandise. Yes, my friends, people know how to take advantage of us crying over fictional characters or real actors or something. They come out with different things with faces or logos or something. And of course, since we feel an emotional bond to the thing, we just pounce on it and start buying the shit out of those things. And I mean, it's clever, I'm not gonna lie, but still, it's just like, why do you exploit my feelings? And don't think that you are limited to shows or books or movies or something. There are tons of other things. There are couch fandoms, there are bed fandoms, there are feet fandoms, there are sock fandoms, there's a fandom for everything. Just go and look for the thing, just like Google it. Yeah. And one thing that I just barely have touched on: ships. These things can ruin people's lives. They just come in and you start caring about these two fictional characters' relationship more than your own social life. To be honest, I don't actually have that many ships, but what I do have, yeah. Don't judge me. But once people start liking a ship, they go crazy with it. They make fan fiction about it, they make fan art about it, and it's everywhere. You can Google them, there's a ton of fan art. You can go on DeviantArt, Tumblr. It's just like an entire group of people, basically a population, descending into utter madness about things that aren't necessarily real. But don't you dare tell anybody that. Don't you dare tell anybody that the doctor is not going to come and take them away in their TARDIS, because we will just break down and cry. You do not want that.
Oh, your cheekbones.
But then again, with fan fiction and fan art and stuff, people in the fandom will go and see them and be like, yo, that's a hella cool thing you made. And then you have cosplays. Oh man. That's a totally different thing. It's another thing that just totally sucks in all of your resources and your time and your essence just so you can look like somebody else. I'm gonna admit though, cosplaying is pretty fun. It's just like, yo, I can dress up as someone else and act like them. Now the science of fangirling, because that is totally a thing. As you can see, this here is a diagram of the brain. This part right here is called the frontal lobe. That is where your brain processes stuff. And this right here is basically ships. And now if you go over to this part of the lobe, that is the yellow pea-colored lobe. And you know that is totally normal for everybody to have. Everybody's brain has to pee, you know, everybody poops. So you look in there, and then here you just have TV shows in general. And you know, that's just a typical part of the fangirl's brain. And up here, the parsley contains outside of your brain, but you know, that's okay, you know? Your skull needs some love too. So up here, you just have miscellaneous, which mainly includes Tom Hiddleston, but you know, that's okay. Down here, that thing is called the death, which is basically where all of that tears and sadness of a character's death or something flows from. Over here you have books, and then here you have movies, and then everywhere else you have Benedict Cumberbatch. This is clearly the brain, and after you see all of this, you can very obviously tell that I have no idea what the f I am talking about. Not gonna lie, there are good things and bad things about fandoms, and I don't know which one is better. Since I'm part of fandoms, I can see sort of both of the sides, because on one hand I'm just like, I love all of you people, and then on the other hand I'm just like, oh my goodness, why am I being pulled into this insanity? So, what do you guys think after this whole informational vlog? Sort of, it's not very informational. But anyway, do you think fandoms are good? Do you think they're bad? Is there anything that I totally forgot that I should not have forgotten? If you have answers to any of those things, then leave a comment down below. So, I think that's all I have for you guys this week. As always, make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Watch my other ones if you haven't done so already. Click here to subscribe if you haven't done so already also. And make sure you also go follow my Tumblr or my Twitter if you haven't done that already, because I tend to post stuff on there sometimes, on occasion. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Toodaloo. Fanfiction dirt.